Hey guys, if you didn't know already, my name is Scott, and I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about me as a person as opposed to, my online persona that's been on this channel for like 8 years now. And this series show, it kind of spawned as like sort of a joke when me and Liz started to date because like Liz is part of my extended circle of friends, and she has been for a while. But all our mutual friends know about my family because they hung out with me a lot when we were in school, and they got to meet my family, and they knew all the stories, all the inside jokes and stuff. But Liz didn't. So somebody suggested like, oh, why don't you just tell her all the stories at once? And I was like, because no one would ever. No, why would I subject someone to that? And then I was thinking about it, and I figured, why I could make a series of YouTube videos just about my family. They always make jokes about how I'm going to write wonderful memoirs, but let's face it, I write really long-winded things, and no one's going to look for a joke in one of my blogs that's like 10,000 pages long. So we made a joke, I would start making YouTube videos, and that way her family could, get to know me a little better, and also she could get to know me a little better, and she would be able to, figure out where some of my more eccentric quirks come from. We made the joke that I'd be telling stories about my family, like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, give or take. So I've been working on this for a long time, and I am so excited to finally, like, have something to show for it, and for this to finally get out. It's just such an exciting experience for me to finally have like something that I've worked on. I've spent like countless hours. Like I have on my computer, I have like tons and tons of notes for this series, and I never had a chance to sit down and do it. And all that changes today because that's the start of a new series, and it'll be stories about me in real life, which is different from the usual stories we tell during videos and whatever when we're screaming at each other and shit. So yeah, without further ado, welcome to my new series, Unfairy Tales. When someone meets my family, they inevitably ask, how are you, you? Why is that, you ask? Have I got a story for you? First episode naturally has to be about my mother because she'll be what most of the stories are about. So this will be a little introduction to my mother and, her quirkiness. You can read quirkiness however you like after the end of the story or whatever story. But the first thing I'm going to explain to you are my mother's pearls of wisdom. Now, my mother likes to give pearls of wisdom to people. Not just me, other people too. But for now, let's talk about me. And now, these are pearls of wisdom that I have taken note of that she has offered me. They're things they're pearls of wisdom that I have gotten within, I don't know, between the age range of 15 and now. They were not given to me as a child. They were, they're recent pearls of wisdom. All right, from the perspective of you being a boy. I have two older sisters, but from the perspective of being a boy, I don't know if any of your mothers told you this, but the first thing any girl you ever meet will look at when you meet them for the first time is the back of your neck. I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit. Just think about it. First thing a girl sees when they meet you for the first time is the back of your neck. Did it sink in? Alright, what logical sense does that make? Do you have like a series of mirrors like haphazardly attached to your torso at all times so that the girl can see the back of your neck? No, I don't think so. Does the girl have that? Are they carrying like the selfie stick? Like, oh my god, I need to see the back of your neck. Stand still. Like, no, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how she meets people, but maybe she says hello to them when, she walks up behind them in like a dark alley or something. That's a nice neck you got there. No, it doesn't make logical sense. It's more that why the girl needs to look at the back of your neck. My mother explains that the reason the first thing a girl looks at on your body when they meet you for the first time is the back of your neck is to see how well it's groomed. Because if a guy can take care of the hair on the back of their neck, then they can take care of anything. I'm also going to say I don't see too many dudes shaving the back of their own necks because, again, weird apparatus of mirrors and shit. Not normal. Also, how many people have you ever met in your entire life that walked up to you and sniffed your neck? Like, that's the only way I could see someone, like, sneakily getting a glance at the back of your neck, is if they were like, hey, it's nice to meet you, and you stuck out your hand and they were like, some nice hair you got there. How does that determine whether you're marriageable material or not? Another pearl of wisdom: when going to a water park, it is necessary to bring a bathing suit. Really? Now, mind you, this isn't like I was like some 7-year-old kid and I was like, Ma, I'm gonna go in my PJs to the water park. No. I was like, let's see. I think I was going to the water park with my brothers. They're brother-in-laws, but I just say brothers because it's easier. They're 30 plus, both of them. We're gonna go to the water park. It's like a boys' day out thing. And my mom's like, hey, when you go, you remember to pack your bathing suit. No, I was, you know, I was gonna put on my Sunday best like Iron Man. Here's my Sunday best! I'm gonna put my Sunday best on and I was gonna go to the water park. Isn't that what everyone does when they go to the water park? Like, I don't know. Also, another pearl of wisdom, and the last one for today, just for today, I'm sure there's more, is when you go outside, you need shoes. When I got out of college, I was not in a good place. Mentally, physically, I was not, but that's a story for a whole nother day. Maybe someday soon. So I spent a lot of time after college just like sitting at home feeling sorry for myself, doing a bit of recovering because I was still kind of sick. Again, story for a different day. I didn't want to do anything, whatever. I was not having a good time. I was looking for work, couldn't find anything worthwhile at all. Just having a lot of problems. And someone mentioned to me, oh, you know, you got textbooks and stuff, why don't you sell them on eBay? And I was like, oh, whatever. So I jumped on eBay. I actually still have an eBay store, and I'm doing pretty okay on it, and I'm happy about that. It wasn't like the thing that pushed me to be awesome, and, well, I mean, I was already awesome. But, one of the things that I got really excited about after college was when I got my first gold star from eBay. And I know it sounds stupid, but gold star is, you know, 10 100% feedbacks. So 10 positive feedbacks, so you still have 100% feedback. And I was so proud of myself when I got it. Like, ridiculously proud that, you know, I could sell things and I could do things because, as you may have guessed from my mother's pearls of wisdom, which you've already heard some of, like, the positive and negative reinforcement that my family gives isn't exactly the same kind of, you know, reinforcement and, I don't know, introduction to values that other families may or may not give. And instead of being like, yeah, you did good, my mom was like, you're gonna run out of shit soon. Ugh. Can't believe you're even trying that. Ugh. And that made me sad. But I still have that gold star. And it's in a nice little folder with the rest of my eBay sales and what have you. So I keep track of all that shit. And I'm just like, yes, I did something right. My family keeps telling me, oh, you know, you should go back to school. But, I mean, I graduated Asian Studies, Linguistics. And I was supposed to go to Japan to teach English, but things fell through because I was sick, and story for another day. There's not a lot of stuff in my field, I gotta say. At least around here, it's tough to find work when you got a weird thing. So one of the things that I spent most of my time at college, even though I was Asian Studies, Linguistics, I spent most of my time at college tutoring English. And I was like, that's awesome, I like this, I like ESL and what have you. And I was trying to look up programs for ESL. Because my family keeps telling me, you gotta go back to school, and you gotta do stuff and things, and yeah, and we'll support you. But not really. Well, it's more like, we'll support you, but fuck you! Fuck you and all your dreams! But we'll support you, yay! I don't know if your families are like that, but that's what mine is like. one of the programs I looked into at my actual alma mater is multicultural humanistic education, which would set me on a path to teach English at some point in the future. And I thought that was awesome because most of the people that I had met on campus that were in jobs that seemed like okay to me, like that I would be fine at, had taken the program. Basically, it's about interpersonal communication and interaction with other people and what have you. And it helps you, you know, work with people of different cultures and ethnicities and what have you. And I was like, that sounds like the perfect job for me because, like, I have very few friends that I hung out with all the time at school that were American. Like, I spent all my time with all the international students because international students are awesome. I love learning new things, especially about languages. And just culture and what have you. And I was like, multicultural humanistic education sounds like a great idea for me. And I told my mom, and she was like, what can you do with it? And I was like, well, there's two paths. You can go on the path to teach, or you can go on the path to work in like the service industry. And a lot of people who went on the secondary path, they ended up being RDs. For those of you who haven't been to college yet, or don't go to college, don't plan on, whatever, you don't stay on campus. RD is a resident director, and it's like if your college has a dorm, the RD is the person who takes care of the dorm. They live there, they know what's going on. They're not necessarily students, but they could be. They take care of the dorms, what have you. And the moment my mom heard that, she was like, no! Didn't care that the other path was teaching. No! Being an RD is stupid because you can't decide where you live, you can't support a family, and you'll never get anything in life because RDs don't go anywhere. And I was like, what? I don't want to be an RD. I'm trying to give you an example. No, it's a stupid idea. And so even though my mom's like, oh, you know, what program were you looking at? Can't tell her which one it is because that's pretty much the reaction to any program I tell her that I'm going to. Is that you're stupid and anything you think of is also stupid. It's apparently not just me who's received this same, you know, response from my mother, because my buddy Tethrin Blaze, there's going to be a link in the description to his channel. He also does YouTube stuff. He is in that program, actually, and he comes visit every once in a while. And there's this funny thing that happens whenever he comes to visit. He comes like once a week, pretty much. My mom has no idea who he is at any time. But this one time, I was talking to her about another mutual friend, Taka, who me and him, we did the Moji Bakuru videos together. Taka is living in the same place as Will, but at this point in time. And my mom was asking about Will and, you know, what program was he in? I was like, multicultural humanistic education. And even though he wasn't there, and when she's looking him directly in the eye, she has no idea who he is, at least 75% of the time, she started to give me the speech about how stupid I am to give to him. The speech was for him, through me, even though he wasn't there. So again, I got that degree is useless. You can't start a family. And how stupid would it be to go to school to learn something that wouldn't help you? I mean, first of all, that's pretty much all you go to school for. To learn stuff that's really not going to help you in real life. Let's face it. Will's response, his candid response, was, she doesn't even remember who I am! Why is she lecturing me? And I was like, because you're stupid! Don't you know? We're all stupid. Let's just put it that way. My mom isn't exactly the most diplomatic of people. But that's just a short introduction. You'll probably get to know her a little better in the coming episodes of the series. So yeah, this is the first of Unfairy Tales, and there's definitely going to be more to come, guys, so stay tuned. I'm not entirely sure about the upload schedule, but what I'm looking for is one every 2 weeks. I'm going to try for that standard, but as you know, my family's always here. There's another story. I can't do shit when they're here, but that's also a story for another day. Because obviously I can't do anything when they're here because I'm stupid and I'll never figure anything out. But I'm also the smartest one in the family according to them. So I mean, there's that. Whatever. There's some high-level mind games going on in this house, let me tell you. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and there will be more on the way. So for now, ta-ta!